Today I wanted to talk to you about reminders. Now, after disclosure and after my affair became public, I felt like that was a major hurdle. And what I didn't know was the next hurdle that was coming was the hurdle of reminders. And if you've ever tried to heal from infidelity, you know that reminders are incredible. So today I want to give mostly the unfaithful some things to not do, and I've done them all, that will just not work. And for you that are betrayed, hopefully this will encourage you, and maybe you even show this to the unfaithful. I don't know, but I felt like it was something that needed to be said. Research shows that the betrayed spouse has anywhere from 80 to as many as maybe 110 or 120 different reminders every single day, depending upon the betrayed spouse's personality profile. So these things happen fast, and these things cultivate a fight or flight mentality in the blood pressure, in the mindset, and in the emotionality, if you will, of the betrayed. So here's a few things. Number one, don't try and assure your betrayed spouse that you'll never do it again. It's just not going to work. They're in survival mode, and you trying to say, oh, it's going to be okay, or oh, I'll never do it again. Instead, I would say listen and try to understand. One of the things that I did is don't try and control the betrayed spouse's response. Another thing is don't try and tell them how to talk with you. I'll never forget telling Samantha, don't talk to me that way, and you shouldn't flood this way, and there's a better way for you to flood. Really? Her heartbeat is well over 100 beats per minute. She is, her pulse, her emotions, her mind, she's bombarded with reminders. So, oh self-righteous one, coming to the rescue to tell her how she should flood is ludicrous. But I did it. Oftentimes I would say, you need to settle down and control yourself. Please don't do that. Don't do that at all. It doesn't work. Also, don't try and correct what their impression of things are. Meaning, don't correct how they see things, because you can't. They may be seeing it wrong. The betrayed spouse may be seeing things very wrong at the moment, but you can't control that because, again, they're not rational. They're flooding emotionally. I would tell you to maybe embrace and own some of what they're saying. Even if there's just 5 to 10% of truth in what they're saying, own it. Embrace it. Another thing is don't shame them later. I'll never forget one day I was talking to Samantha and I said, well, you were a raging lunatic last night, and if you would stop acting like a lunatic, maybe we could be able to have sex more often. Oh, so unwise, as they say. And I'm making light of this because I've done it, and I know what it's like to do that and feel that and say that and just absolutely blow it. So don't shame your betrayed spouse for flooding because you're the reason they're flooding. Your actions are the reasons that they are flooding. And so instead, I would maybe take a time out. We have a timeout protocol that's on our boot camp. If you need that, feel free to post a comment on my blog and I'll make sure that you get it, because it is a wonderful protocol to use. Maybe agree with some of the things that they're saying. Maybe own it. Maybe just say, you know, I really can't understand or imagine the pain that you're feeling, but it has to be immense and it's because of me. Don't feel sorry for yourself. That only exacerbates things. Don't be sucked into shame and say, I know I'm such a worthless piece of crap and I'm such a horrible person and I can't believe it. And number one, it's probably not genuine. Number two, that's making it about you. Number three, it's taking away from their ability to vent and grieve, and you're allowing it to be focused on you. And let's face it, you're the reason they're in so much pain. Another thing is, and finally, lean into what's going on. When I simply just leaned into a flooding moment or a 6,000 triggers that Samantha was feeling, and I just said, you know what, talk to me about it. And she would say, no, I don't want to. And I would say, just talk to me. And she would say, you this, you this, you this. And I would say, I know, you're right. you're right. And I wouldn't be condescending. I would just own it, and I would say, but honey, I love you, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And if we have to have 1,000 of these sessions, that's fine. One day I said, I'll go get some boxing gloves, and you can fight me and punch me so that there's no scars. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes to give us a shot. I can't prevent all these reminders, but I want to be in this journey with you. I want to go through the pain with you. I got lots of hugs, even some physical intimacy when I did that. When I did the other things, they never worked, and I hope you don't do those things. If you ever need to reach out, feel free to post a comment. I'm happy to help in any way.